Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my second time doing this. I got like 2 minutes in and realized I wasn't even recording, so I'm doing better this time because I see the timer going. First of all, I apologize. By the time you see this, it's probably going to be on like 10:30, 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am a little later than even normal. I was waiting to watch the show on Hulu because of the way it ended yesterday. Wait, I don't even think I told you guys what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. This is going to be a General Hospital review. Today is Wednesday, March 26th. All right. And it's late because the episode wasn't on Hulu. I waited 8 o'clock. It wasn't there, 8:30. And then eventually I was like, okay, I'll just watch it on YouTube. But it was an episode that had my interest. So I was excited to see it on like Hulu and not YouTube because you know how YouTube is. But I went with YouTube, and unfortunately, a lot of if you guys ever watched it on General Hospital or soaps on YouTube, you know, from not legitimate channels, the the camera angles go from like this. You'll see like someone talking like this. It's just really hard, like visually. This audio is a little off too, but especially the visual. So there are things that I really wanted to see that I could not see. So I may have missed some things. As always, if I did, please comment below and let me know. I appreciate it. I don't know what I would do without you guys' feedback. Y'all be on it, and I'm so grateful. Thank you. All right, so we start with Brooklyn and Lulu, where they had ended yesterday, and Brooklyn was like, "Oh, you're not mad at me. You're really mad at Dante. You're threatened by me and mad that Dante kept this secret from you all these years." Yep, that's about right. Brooklyn tells Lulu if she had just minded her own damn business, she wouldn't notice, she wouldn't have to lie, yada yada yada. That's a yada yada yada. That's a Seinfeld reference. If you guys watch Seinfeld ever, I used to watch Seinfeld. It came on, you know, back in the day. You watch what was on TV. It's not like you had a bunch of options. And like I know, in like my house, we had the only channels we could pick up, and with the antenna with the aluminum foil on the end when the weather was right. Sometimes you got to stand there and hold it shit. So yeah, I watched some Seinfeld, but I don't know how much I actually enjoyed it versus just watched it. I chuckled. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about Seinfeld because I said yada yada yada. I apologize. All right. Lulu is just complaining about how hard it is to lie to Dante. Every time he tells her that he's so happy for her that she has Charlotte back, she feels like she needs to tell him about his child too. And Lulu and Brooklyn are yelling, yelling, yelling. They're at the Crimson office. I'm like, yes, please keep yelling about your secret in a public place. That's so smart. These women are so intelligent. These powerful business women. All right, Gio and Emma walk in. Brooklyn tries to say, "Oh, we were just having a disagreement," trying to like downplay things kind of professionally. And Lulu's like, "No, Brooklyn is a bitch." Blah 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 blah. But what she isn't is my boss. And walks out like she's badass, like she thinks she did that. What would they say? She thought she ate. She did not, in fact, eat. Lulu is so annoying. You know, I put on my jacket because I was cold, and now I feel like I'm getting hot, and being a woman and getting old is so much fun. Alright. So, where are we? Lulu storms out. Gio and Emma tell Brooklyn their plan to switch land. We talked about it yesterday. They talked about it yesterday. This little back and forth. Brooklyn does say she will talk to Ned. Once Gio and Emma walk out of the office, they say they really need to talk to her, but I missed the her. Yeah, I don't know if it was the YouTube video or if I just got distracted, but when I rewound it, I couldn't get to that moment to see who the her was. I'm afraid it's going to be Monica, and I'm afraid that they're going to have this. I will talk about it later, but with the moving the crypt, I'm afraid that this is going to be how Monica has like a heart attack and dies because of this, and I hate it. I'm not saying it's a bad, well, I do kind of think it's a bad story, but it feels so disrespectful. I've said this before, and I'm sorry if you guys disagree or it's too early in the video to say this, but just like my opinion, and it's going to be consistent because this is how I feel. I don't like. There's certain ways to handle it when an actor passes. Um, I get it. At the actress Leslie's age and Monica's age, I get why killing off the character would make sense when the actress has passed. I feel like the better thing would have been, we've seen Leslie's health decline, and therefore Monica's health decline over the years. The last couple of times we've seen her, I always was like, oh, I miss Monica. Where's Monica? She should be there. It's her house. Alan gave it to her. But then when we did see Monica like sitting behind the desk, or like it made me sad. It made me feel like someone had forced her to be there. Like it didn't. I just looked at her and said Leslie should just be with her family. They should be enjoying like every minute that they have, because it didn't feel like it was much time left. I wish that GH would be better about honoring their vets when they're alive. Now, again, I've said this before, but the last time we saw Tristan, and I'm not even a big Robert fan, but I respect Tristan, the legacy character. You know, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have had Robin. I love the love triangle between Anna and Robert and Duke. I was Team Duke, you know, because Duke was fine. Anyway, my point is that I'm afraid that the next time we see Robert, it will be next time we talk about Robert, it will be when Tristan has passed, and then Robert will have to pass, and that'll be something for Sasha. I would prefer if, like, we had Robert pass away now, so that we have that funeral for Robert. So that means we have a tribute to Tristan, which while Tristan could have while he was alive, so he could see how much he meant to people, you know, of all different ages who watch the show. I feel like, I know death is not always dictated by age. We've lost several people that we wouldn't consider old enough to pass away on General Hospital quite recently. But that being said, age is a big factor. So once we get to a certain age, just like they take away your driver's license, you can't drive anymore. People retire to get their Social Security. Yeah, I'm 43. I'm about to be 43. I'm pretty sure Social Security is not going to exist by the time I'm ready to draw it. I'm so grateful that my mom was able to retire and get hers, because I feel like that our parents' generation is going to be the last generation to actually get the money they put into the system all these years. It's very depressing, very, very hard. But where am I going with this? Yeah, I just want to honor people in a better way. I hope that they do not use Leslie's death to cause Monica's death, especially not in this particular story that's so stupid and so disrespectful. All right, forgive me. I'm sorry. If I knew how to do timestamp stuff, so I would put it like in a description where you guys could skip that part. But I don't know. I'm not that fancy. I don't know anything about it. All right, so yeah, so I don't know who the her is that Gio and Emma are going to talk to, but I'm kind of worried that it's going to be Monica. But I guess it could be worse. They could wait until sweeps. Excuse me. All right, Laura and Jordan are out, I assume, having a drink. I couldn't see the table, so I couldn't tell if they were having a drink or just like dinner or just meeting. But they're at I think, the Port Charles Grill. They're at a fancy looking place kind of in the background from what I could see. I'm talking about Drew and the councilman. I can't remember his name, but I just think, I see Daniel. What Daniel what? Ooh, I can't remember his last name. But I see him and I'm reminded of a character called Daniel something, a lawyer that he played on One Life to Live, who was with Nora, and then like he got crazy. But I don't know if Daniel Colson. He became a serial killer. He killed somebody important too. I can't remember who. Anyway, but I'm probably gonna call him Daniel Colson. In my mind, that's what I call him. But maybe I'll try to learn his name. I need to find out if he's on contract, if it's worth learning his name. But yeah, Laura and Jordan are talking about Drew and his connections to the councilman. Wondering what they may be up to. That it's Drew's fault for making. Jordan says it's Drew's fault for making Curtis an enemy. The councilman shows up, says Laura is delaying the project for Sonny's benefit, basically. Jordan brings up that the councilman used city money or taxpayer money to pay for his private jet, his vacation to Germany. He's like, oh, that was a clerical error. You know, our politicians with their clerical errors. Don't you wish we could, like, because I live in the U.S., if you can't tell, don't hear my, like, American accent. I wish that we could, like, I understand the need to pay taxes of like public things like the sidewalks or streets, even foreign aid to a certain extent. Like, I get the need for those services and the use of our taxpayer money to pay it, but I wish when you like pay your taxes, like your income taxes, you could have to like check a box or like a survey that say like, oh, I want my money to go to schools, I want my money to go to the public roads, I want my money to go to help provide better nutrition to people. And if you wanted to support foreign aid or war, you could check that box too. But like, I really hate that my taxes goes to things like these politicians, and it's just so unfair, such an unfair system. No, I'm on one today. I'm sorry. All right. Basically, the councilman threatens to use the media to scare Laura. That and I feel like he's gonna try to. I thought he was gonna try to run for mayor, but then Laura says she discloses her financial records every year. Funny how he's always avoided. I'm like, how so? Why, you the mayor? You can't make that a law that the council people, the mayor is above council. Why can't she make that a law that he does have to disclose his financial records? Like, Laura been mayor for a minute, like a big minute. She could have made those changes. Laura leaves. Jordan stays. The councilman says. Then the councilman says Jordan could be the next mayor if she plays her cards right. So maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he's. I don't know. He still might go for it, but it's almost like he's trying to appeal to Jordan's ego to put her in that position. Ask how she feels as the former police commissioner about Laura's friendship with Sonny. I was like, little do you know, Sonny raised TJ. I know Sonny didn't raise TJ, y'all. But do y'all remember, it was after Morgan had died. My sweet Morgan had died, and TJ was staying with Sonny because TJ was mad at Jordan. This was the original Jordan. I miss Vanessa. TJ was mad at Jordan because he found out his dad wasn't his dad. I think I don't remember. Okay, how does it work? TJ's dad was. Is TJ a senior? No, he's TJ Thomas Jr. So Thomas. We thought Thomas was TJ's father, but then we found out Sean. Ooh, I miss Sean. Sean was nice to look at too. Sean was actually his father, and TJ's kind of spiraled, and he was resistant. This was a former younger TJ. You guys might remember him. He also played the oldest brother. I think Drew was his name. That's ironic. On Everybody Hates Chris. Anyway, I remember one scene. Sonny was staying with TJ. Sonny was like, "You got a room here as long as you want it. You can stay here. You're welcome here. You're safe here." Jordan came over, and Jordan was mad at Sonny. She was like, "Yo, I don't want my son living here. You're a dangerous criminal. He needs to work out things with his mama." TJ walks in the room, and Jordan and Sonny are kind of bickering. And Sonny tells TJ, "Can you go to your room?" Right in Jordan's face. I don't know why that scene stuck with me. It was so funny. He was like, "Go to your room." And that's why I hated when TJ and Molly were planning to have the baby, and the hesitancy about Christina was her closeness to Sonny. That really bothered me because TJ lived with Sonny. I would be shocked. I would be shocked if Sonny did not put TJ through medical school because of the time period. I'm almost positive he paid for his education. So that bothered me. Wow. Well, I am on this tangent. Laura, the councilman was trying to question Jordan about her opinion of Laura's friendship with Sonny, and yeah, her kid was raised by Sonny. So, all right, then we see Tracy, and Curtis brought together by Stella. They're having tea because they have a common enemy. And of course, just right on time, ding dong, Drew walks in and says, "Of course you guys teamed up." He's practically fuming, looking down his nose on everyone. He complains to Curtis that the Aurora media called him Drew Kane and not Quartermain. They say that he fact-checked the stuff, just a little bit, your typical bickering, exactly what you would expect. And then Drew's all like, "Oh, so you want to get ugly? Well, it's going to get ugly." I thought Drew was going straight to Portia, and I was like, "Damn, Curtis, you set up your wife and don't even know it." And I know, that's Portia's fault. You can't be blackmailed unless you allow yourself to be blackmailed. Facts. We don't negotiate with terrorists. Like, somebody try to blackmail you, You just got to eat that. Like, you got to expose yourself, because they will always like have that power over you. And I don't know if I'm talking like real life. I don't know if people get blackmailed in real life. I know I wouldn't. All right, where are we? Yeah, Drew says it's gonna get ugly. Walked out. Stella laughed. Curtis and Tracy just basically praise each other. Curtis leaves. Stella and Tracy can talk about their siblings. So Stella talks about her relationship with Irene, and Tracy wishes that her relationship with Alan would have been better. But it was love. It was a lot of beef and tension, but like, you know, the Qs, when it matters, they do love each other in the Quartermaine way. And then Tracy is very complimentary of Stella. She's like, "Oh, I didn't know you had that in you, girl." Like, of course, Tracy would praise Stella for being messy. Like that she's like, "Now you're my best friend for real." Cause like that's attractive to her, like in a platonic friendship type of way. Or maybe not. I don't know. I'd be here for it. I would be here for it. I would not. I would not hate it if Tracy and Stella got together. I would not hate it. I have a couple of my female friends and I told them, yeah, we hit 70, we might as well. We might as well. Why not? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. Stella and Tracy then basically do like a little medical infomercial for kidney disease, which I appreciate. It was very, it felt a little bit out of place, not exactly conversational, and I feel like some people are probably going to roll their eyes at it, but I actually appreciate it. I like it when GH puts those medical messages in there. It is a hospital show. You know, I come from the time period, I grew up watching it in the 90s when they did the AIDS quilt and they did the whole HIV story, AIDS story with Robin and Stone. I watched the scene when Stone died at least like once a month. He said, "I can see you, Robin. I can see you." I was like, it's hard to see because the footage is so grainy because it's old, but like, I was crying watching it then. I cry watching it now. It's so sad. So I appreciate when General Hospital does that. And I may have this wrong because I was trying to take my notes fast, but I believe what Stella said is that it takes several blood tests and urine tests for kidney disease. 90% of people don't even know they have kidney issues until it's too late to like stop. Like, it just gets worse after you find out because they don't have symptoms, and then by the time you have symptoms, it's not much you can do. She mentioned high blood pressure, diabetes, cardiovascular risk also increase your odds. And then they say knowledge is power. Like, I know it may have been corny to some people, but I actually appreciated that and I applaud it. And I'm grateful for stuff like that because it is so easy to ignore stuff or not even know stuff. And it's not like we have the best healthcare in the world. So that 30-second conversation will make someone will ask their doctor about that because of that. They may save lives for that, you know, or somebody might see me talking about it in a video because they talked about it and may, you know, mention it to their doctor when they go to their next checkup. Maybe it'll be the reason they go for the checkup. You can never really measure the effect of something like that, but there is no way you can convince me that it does not make an impact. So as much shit as I talk about General Hospital, thank you. I appreciate that. Well done. All right, then we see Ava. Okay. It's where we pick up where we left off with Ava and Sonny. She's taunting him, you know. Oh my, do you need those? Like, taunting him with how it feels knowing someone can help you and they won't. Christina runs in, and I can't even say I'm mad at Ava. But then Ava does ask, she's like, "Oh," like she was in shock and didn't know what to do. I was like, girl. She does ask Christina if she should call 911. Christina's just go, Ava, just go. So Christina wants to call 911 after Ava leaves. Sonny says no, call Dr. Gannon. Why don't Sonny have a mob doctor? I get it. It's more scenes we can have Isaiah in. And he's pretty fine. I don't mind. Like, he kind of sexy. He's not Andre Maddox sexy, but he's not bad to look at. I appreciate him. But the idea that Sonny, the mobster, he should have a doctor like on call. He might should have a doctor living in as many times as people get blown up or shot or whatever. Especially now that he knows he has a heart condition. But I know he probably wouldn't want people to know that he has the heart condition, so having that staff. But he could have like a fake nanny, like an assistant nanny who's actually like a nurse. I don't know. I just Dr. Gannon, Isaiah got that really fast, but like he does not drive an ambulance. He is not a cop, so like I don't know how close he lives, how close Sonny is to the hospital, but like what if it had taken him longer? Just a little bit of sloppy writing to me. I go from praising GH to complaining in like the next minute. I apologize. Sonny tells Christina the truth. He actually admits that he started it, that he lost his temper with Ava. Now, I was proud of Sonny for that, because you know Sonny be seeing things from his own point of view, like a lot of people. Christina does ask Sonny if Ava just stood there, and Sonny kind of nods, but it's not clear if it's a nod or he's just taking a deep breath. And Isaiah knocks on the door before he can say anything more. I was curious how much Sonny was going to tell Christina. Like, I don't know how much he was even aware, how much he heard of what Ava was saying in that moment. You guys ever had severe pain? And I've never, thank God, I put my hand on my chest. That was scary. But thankfully, I'm blessed that I have never had like that type of pain. But I've had other, severe pain. And when you have that type of severe, I got hit by a car once. So that was like the worst pain, the worst physical pain I've ever had. But where they say like you see white or you see red from pain, I've had that experience to where it's like you can't hear, like everything kind of just like this, like just fades out, and you just like all that exists is you and the pain. So I don't know if he even heard her taunting him. Christina tells Isaiah what happened, and was telling him once he got there, like, what did she tell him on the phone? Just come here, my dad needs you. Like, they couldn't stay on the phone. He couldn't put it on speakerphone while he drove over to save a little time. Again, sloppy writing, but they do that a lot on soaps where they have people say things like people will be in one place and then they will drive in a car together to another place and then have a conversation like they didn't just ride together. And I'm like, well, y'all wouldn't talk about this in the car? Like, it's so silly. But I also know it's one of those soap things, and not just soaps, other shows too. Sonny tells Isaiah that he took the pills. Tells him what happened. Says he took the pill eventually. Isaiah asks why eventually. I feel like I got something out of order here. But he doesn't want to go to the hospital. He said let Ava think that it was just a panic attack. He doesn't want her to know about what the pills were for. He's actually glad she didn't pick them up because he didn't want her to see what the pills were. And I chuckled. It might be a little dark, but I chuckled because we don't want Ava and pills mixing together. Ava's a little dangerous when it comes to the pills. So I feel you, Sonny. Isaiah agrees that we can just let Sonny recover at home because if he goes to the hospital, they're just going to monitor him at this point. Sonny once again admits that he started it, but Christina still blames Ava, of course. And I said, why is Sonny postponing the surgery? What is he waiting for? And then when they came back to it, Isaiah basically asked the same thing, and Sonny explained that he needed to resolve security issues and other things. But he can't be like out of commission right now. He can't take time to recover because he's juggling everything else right now. I've seen Jason and Sonny have like one conversation about the security issues and like who blew up the penthouse. If that is a pressing issue, I need to see more effort towards that. It just doesn't make sense. Laura shows up at Sonny's, asks why Isaiah was there because Isaiah's going out as Laura comes in. Sonny asks Laura not to tell anyone that she saw Isaiah there and then tells her the truth about his heart condition. He said he got shot in the chest years ago and it damaged his heart. I don't remember that, but I know Sonny, I feel like Sonny been shot a couple of times. Most people, not most people, but, in the mobsters, like everybody been shot. And everybody they love been targeted because of that. Sonny admits that he wanted to take advantage of Ava. He tells Laura that he wanted to capitalize on the situation. Again, I was proud of Sonny for telling the truth because that is not always Sonny's first instinct, All right, so we see Lulu, and apparently after she left Crimson, she went to the Quartermain's boathouse and found a play bat and a big giant stuffed frog to beat up, to take out her frustration on it, because that's what we do. Cody comes in and says, "Oh no, James loves that things." How old is James? James loves that giant frog that's in the boathouse. In the boathouse, it's like not like a climate controlled, well insulated building. It's a boathouse. Um, I feel like a stuffed animal would get like moldy and be like full of mildew in that location. But what do I know? I'm just a mom with common sense. Plus, James too old. I'm not saying you can be too old for stuffed animals because I still have a couple of stuffed animals. But I don't know. They could have. They should have said one of the other kids, like a younger kid. Even if they would have said Leo, I would have made more sense because we know Leo loves animals. Where is Leo? I miss little Leo. I really like Leo. I like Leo and Tracy's conversations because he would just say the shit to her. And in those moments, he reminds me so much of my son. My son's also on the spectrum. He's an adult. He's grown now. Oh, grown. He turns 21 this year. Not grown. Um, always be my baby, but he is growing up. But yeah, he'll be like that sometimes. He'll just say something, and it's like he's not even trying to be funny. He's not trying to hurt my feelings. He's just very blunt and direct, and I'll be like, "Damn, son, you're vicious." So yeah, I have a soft spot in my heart for little Leo. I miss him. I hope he's still around. Cody. Oh, I already said. Cody said James loves that thing. Oh, I've never said this before. Poor Cody. Y'all write the dumbest scenes to test his chemistry with women. This scene with Lulu is worse than the Molly on the roof and Cody stealing his own car. And it's so disrespectful. If I wrote those scenes, I would feel disrespectful to myself. Like I wouldn't even want credit for it. I'd be like, y'all don't even got to pay me for this. Like, we can just claim AI for that. And maybe it was, which I wouldn't put it past them. All right. Lulu is, fussing about Brooklyn and Dante. She only can talk about two things: Brooklyn and Dante and their secret love child, or Charlotte. Now that Charlotte's home, she got something else to be mad about. But she finally brought up Carly's role, and I don't think she's done it before. And I've been complaining about it. I love Carly, so I don't care. But Lulu's anger has been misdirected. Today, I want to say the powers to be saw my review and they're like, oh, we got to address this. Alexa come in, Lulu's actress, they pulled them together yesterday and got them to film that scene and snuck it into the episode. That's what I would love to think, but they already had this plan. We know it doesn't turn around that fast. So I was glad that she did that. And she admits that she's mad at Dante. And I hate that they ruined Dante's character. He was a good man. Dante, and especially for a soap opera, like in real life, yeah, I take a Dante. I sure would. But he was lying to her their whole relationship. When she stood by him, when she found out that he was undercover cop trying to take Sonny down, when they fell in love, like every part that is now part of their history, and it would hurt me too to rethink like every moment that we had together. You were lying the whole time, like none of that shit could be real then. And they didn't have to do that. We didn't have to do this. No, we did. Like they could have at least said like Dante was drunk and he ain't remember, and maybe make the story that's why Brooklyn didn't tell him, because the next day she realized he didn't remember that they had been together. Yeah, so Dante, Lulu does say that she thinks subconsciously she suspected that Dante was lying all those years, but he always reassured her and told her they were just, Lulu and Dante was just, not Lulu and Dante, Brooklyn and him was just friends. They grew up together in the neighborhood. It was not like that. But, like, every word was a lie. Cody says he understands how finding out your past was a lie can throw you off. He briefly mentions, his story about finding out his parents weren't his parents. I'm sorry. Lulu is very insulting of Brooklyn and says, I thought Dante had better taste. Cody says, well, maybe he was embarrassed. Maybe that's why he lied. Like, embarrassed to be with someone like Brooklyn. I don't even fuck with this Brooklyn. I don't like this Brooklyn that much. But still, that's nasty. You shouldn't talk about a woman, anybody that way. Unless it's like truly somebody to be embarrassed that you mess with. Like Cody. Like if I mess with Cody, then I would be embarrassed to admit that I had did that. But Brooklyn, even this new Brooklyn, is not that type of character. So I'm mad at Lulu and Cody for that. And I was just saying, poor Cody. Just like he reminded me who he is. He's the same man that tried to bully Britt into dating him. That's why I don't like Cody. All right, we see Ava meeting. Oh my God, it's 30 minutes in. Oh my gosh, I still got a lot more to do. I don't understand how this is possible. I'm so sorry. Ava is meeting with Rick. I wanted to see what she was drinking, but because I watched it on YouTube, I couldn't. I wanted to see if she was drinking a martini because she was so stressed or so excited, or a beer because she poor. You know, drinks was on Rick. I don't know. I couldn't see. Rick checks and finds out Sonny was not admitted to GH. Ava tells him what happened and says she was gonna help until Christina came in. I was like, Ava, girl, Sonny is telling the truth. You are not telling the 100% truth. And maybe she was gonna help, but she wanted no rush. She was enjoying time that man, and I'm not mad at her because Sonny was fucking with her. Like if somebody just finished telling you that they wish they could kill you, and then they have a heart attack, you might be like, oh, karma come fast. Ava says she admits that she's not gonna be sad if Sonny dies, and talks about how she could pay all her bills and take care of Avery with the inheritance. And right after that, I just wrote Ava. But again, I'm not really mad at her, and I'm not really surprised. We see Jordan goes to see Curtis, which I don't never like that because I want her to stay far away from Curtis because I will never forgive Curtis for how he treat Jordan. But she says thanks him for the coverage of the picks for the sports initiative. Says the picks made it look like it was her program, not Drew's, but well done. Curtis brags about seeing Drew's face when he was having tea with the cute Quartermains. Jordan warns Curtis that somebody may get inadvertently hurt from these shenanigans. And again, I thought it was going to be Portia, and they probably still will do at some point. All right, we see Drew telling the councilman that they need to take care of Tracy. Suggests he uses his public works connections to just bulldoze the crib like now. And that's indefensible. That's disgusting. It's gross. Like the whole story is stupid, but like it's so nasty. And he calls Edward the Q patriarch. Like you want to be part of this family so bad, but we can't respect them. Obviously not. And then it's so I put, I'm afraid this is how they're going to kill Monica. Not a fan, but I already talked about that. Y'all, this video gonna be even longer because I'm just gonna tell you. Alright, when they recast Christina, I wasn't exactly happy about it because I liked Lexi as Christina. Even though I didn't like Christina, I liked her as Christina. And when this Christina first started, people were like, well, how do you think Christina's doing? I'm like, well, usually when I saw Christina, I would be happy we saw Christina because it would be a while in between times when we would see Christina. And then like 2 minutes into seeing Christina, I'd be like, oh my gosh, she's so annoying. And so when this Christina started, she was also annoying. So I was like, she's doing a great job. I'm so annoyed. I did a little bit of research on the actress when they said they were recasting her. And I watched clips of her on Days of Our Lives. And I was like, this girl can act. Okay. All right. This surrogacy story, I wasn't excited about it. But I was like, Christina's going to do her thing. Like, she's going to do her thing as Christina. I have not been pleased with the scene she's been in yet. Like, I don't know. I don't think she's a bad actress because from the clips I saw, she can act. But she has not connected to this character. She gives nothing. Like, she says the words, she wipes tears that ain't there, wipes snot that ain't there, voice quivering, but there's no, like, emotion in her face. It's very hard to watch, especially, like, if you are a woman or a man, if you are a person who's been through that type of loss, like, and I know everybody grieves differently, but it's just, it takes me out of it. And this is the type of story that crying at your dead baby's grave is a scene that should have me curled up in a ball in my chair crying too, because I can relate. You know, I've done that, but I could not connect at all. But Christina starts monologuing to the baby and Irene. I'm like, she is a bad mother. Why, like, if the baby was alive, would you be telling the baby all this while you rocking the baby? I mean, she taking her first steps, but is this like, this is not information for a baby, not a child at all, but especially not a baby. I'm like, damn, you would have been a bad mom. And I know that's cold, but that's how I feel. Like, she need a therapist. And she goes on about how nobody sees how dangerous Ava is. and that like she's got to do something about it. And I don't like Christina judging Ava. Like her daddy ain't Sonny Corinthos. Yes, Ava has done some bad shit, some unforgivable shit, but so is Sonny. Like Ava said before Sonny passed out, that neither one of them was innocent. Neither one of them is, if you believe in heaven, is like gonna be the first one to get into heaven. They both got a lot of repenting to do. Yeah, and Sonny just killed Jagger. But I know Jagger. I hated that story. Yeah, but I guess Christina doesn't know that. Alright, that's the last thing. So we know Christina's gonna do something stupid. And I just hope Avery doesn't get caught up in it. But it'd probably be a good story if she does. Because something needs to happen for Christina to realize what she did. And maybe if I don't want, Lord, I don't want Avery to die. Please don't kill that. Please don't kill that child. But maybe get like a broken arm, broken leg or something. I don't know, but we'll see. Alright guys, 35 minutes in. I'm literally like the same length as GH. Like 2 more minutes and we will be the same. I knew I went off on a bunch of tangents and told you guys how I felt. I don't know. Even though I was annoyed with a lot of the episode and I watched it on YouTube, I don't know. I feel like I got more energy than I've had in like a few days, so that's a good thing. Things are looking up, so I want to give you guys my best because I'm feeling better. So thank you for everybody for your patience. I'm sorry it's so late. This is the part where I insert my ramble. We are used to it by now, I'm sure. But I don't know. Maybe I'll go live in a little bit. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. Live long and prosper.